Sorry for inconvenience, guys. I didn't know how to put the camera on. I didn't know also that you can actually hear me. But anyway, let's start. Thank you for making time visiting my YouTube channel. And let's talk about unemployment issues here in Finland. So if you have any questions, please just write your questions while I'll also talk about, I have a ready script that I can just read and ask me questions if something come up. So working life in Finland has many strict rules to follow for employers and employees. So what are your rights and obligations as employee in Finland? So your right is to be protected. If you have to have a work contract, so you will be protected from labor. And you have to have the right, to join the trade union, that is, or the general labor union. And trade and labor union, they usually protect the employees against the employer who are abusive. Or when you go laid off, they can help you with your unemployment. And then your obligation as an employee, you have to perform their work carefully, what is assigned to you. And then you have to be always punctual, what is agreed working time. So never go late. If you need to change a uniform before going to work, then you have to go early, like 15 minutes early, so you can dress up. And by the time to start work, if you start work 8 o'clock, then you start work 8 o'clock. So you change uniform before working. And you have to follow instruction what your manager wants you to do. And if you don't understand, you have to ask. Finland Diary says, true, my union saved me once already last summer when I got unemployed. Really, it's true. And what other obligation is to avoid doing activities which compete with those of the employer. So for example, maybe let's say restaurant maybe, and you're doing restaurant day, you work in the restaurant and you're doing in the restaurant day, and your employer will probably doesn't like that idea that you're competing. And then be considerate to your employer's interest. And for example, when you are a newbie employee in the restaurant or as a cleaner, or you will be trained with a working companion for a week time before you can start working on your own. But we Filipinas, I know that because we're so hardworking, and sometimes they doesn't really do that to us. Like they just let us work right away. They just train us to 1 to 2 days, and then, but actually they can train us for 1 whole week with a companion. Well, hello, Ulirang Ina. Welcome. Employees' rights advice for immigrants. You can go to SAC if you have SAK. You can ask for help there, just in case if you have problem at work when you are being abused or something. So that's the place where you ask for help. So now we talk about average normal working hours for regular job here in Finland. It's actually most common working hours is 7.5 hours a day or in 5 days a week, or 37.5 hours per week. So there's actually a working act. Hello, Noemi. And there's actually a working hours act is based on labor protection, ensuring all employees are fit to work and overtime are appropriately compensated. So that means it's important that your overtime pay is paid. Team Sana All, cheers, shout out. So please just write questions if you have any you wanted to know. Hello, Azel and King. Welcome po. So according to the act, regular working hours should not exceed 8 hours a day or 40 hours a week. And after that, the first 2 hours you will get paid 50% more, and another 2 hours after that you will be paid 100%. It's double pay then. So salaries, let's talk about salaries. Finnish law does not really require a minimum wage salary. But if an papaano punta dyan as tourist, ano po ang mga requirements? Tourist, it always depends. If you have money, then you don't need to have an invitation. If you stay for a week, and you should have enough money for that week. And visa only. If you live in Europe, then you already belong to mostly you belong to Schengen visa already. So you don't really need to extra visa for that. You can come to anywhere in Europe and have vacation. And mega shout out everyone from Ninja ni Noemi Mike Maukunen. Hello, Finland Diary. More dikit at tusok host. Sure. Okay. Thank you, Noemi. Salamat, Noemi, so much. Nakatambay din siya sa phone at laptop niya. Oo. So, do you know? Do you know that Sundays in Finland are double pays when we work on Sunday, and holidays, public holidays, it's also double pay. Pag nag-tourist, Azel and King, wala po akong video, ate. Me too, I don't have video. I don't know, something wrong with my video, so you can just hear me. Ulirang ina, pag nag-tourist ako host dyan, ako stay sa inyo. Maganda. Welcome anytime, ulirang ina. Please come. Dan dikit dire nito, isa sa ko sa bahay may. Thank you again, Noemi Maukonen. There are actually many people who came here as tourists in Finland and hoping to get work actually. And what they usually do, they find employer first here and then they change status. Okay lang yan, May. Next time mag-improve na rin LS mo. Thank you so much for support. Azel and welcome anytime also, Azel and King. Mag-reunion tayo sana all. Noemis, paano sila nag-apply ng tourist? Ako dati deny man. Actually, if they apply here tourist to Finland, they try to stay maximum three months tourist, and then they try to find work here and find a permanent employer, and then they have to, in the immigration, they have to reach a minimum of 1,300 immigration salary. They have to meet that, and they have to meet permanent working hours. That means 7.5 to 8 hours a day, 5 times a week. That should be the immigration requirement that you have to reach to come here to work in Finland. Hello, Cebuana in Finland. Oo nga, banding pag wala ng COVID. Yes, indeed. Ninja Noemi. Sister ko, gidinay din. Normally, pag ma-deny ang visa, there's normally some reasons. And it could be financial question mark, or visa, or working visa, or depends of if it's the country, if it's contract. Oo. If you're bringing someone tourist, and the one inviting doesn't have enough financial doesn't have work or like that, it may be part of the reason that they will deny. Hello, Rowena, Kimno. Ninja Mac. Oo nga, banding pag wala ng COVID. Sister ko, deny din. Canada part ba ng Europe? No, Canada is near USA, just beside USA. It's a really nice country. Very, very nice country. And very rich. Richer actually than, I think, US. Canada is richer than US. And it's really nice to work there in Canada. I've heard so much about Canada. And hi everyone from Ninja Noemi Maukonen. Hello, Ate May, pa shout out. Shout out from Rowena Kimno. And watching from Espoo, Bian's TV. He have also channel, Bian's TV. Watching from Banta, Finland. Hello. Malayo din ako sa Banta. Mga 650 kilometers ako from Banta. That's about 9 to 10 hours by bus. Watching from Jyväskylä. Jyväskylä is also very nice city. Lots of Filipinos living there. Here where I live, we are only 3 Filipinos here. Lahat na requirement na bigay namin, kaso yung lugar kung saan kami nag-engage ng asawa ko sa Thailand, pataya, di nila nagustuhan. Do you mean that you married in Thailand and then you try to come to Finland, or lahat na requirement na bigay namin, kaso yung lugar kung saan kami nag-engage ng asawa ko? Dito kasi, if the fastest way to come to Finland is to marry in Finland. So if someone marry from Philippines and then they're trying to, it could take a year to come to Finland for visa application. Rowena Kimno, pasipa po sa wala pa. Hehe. Yeah, pasipa daw kay Rowena Kimno. Kami din 380 kilometers from Ilmajoki. Oo, sa Finland si Noemi din. Thank you, Ma'am Joy. Bian's TV. Finland Diary. Yes po, madam, kami dito. Hello po sa lahat from Hazel King and King. Ganun po ang nangyari sa akin. Oo. May nag-engage kami sa Thailand, tapos umuwi ako sa Pinas, nag-try ako mag-apply ng tourist visa. Actually, marami naman tourist visa. Kasi lately, may mga matagal na kasi ka din dito. Iba pa siguro ang rule that time nung pumunta ka dito. Pero lately, yung mga pumupunta dito na sa Finland na pumunta ng tourist, tapos they tell the immigration that they're planning to get married, and then sometimes sa kakahintay ng sinumar, naabutan ng expiration ng visa, tapos yung Pinay, sinabihan lang yung police. They tell the police that my visa expiring and there's still one document we're waiting before we can get married. So the police agrees that as long as she don't travel outside Finland. And so they wait for that document and they went to marry, and then they changed, the girl changed status, the Filipina changed status after that. And she get to live here while waiting for her resident visa. May nag-engage kami sa Thailand, tapos okay, I've read that. Dito po kami kinasal ng hubby ko. You mean you get married here in Finland? It's much quicker actually. Pero year 2006 pa yun, sobrang higpit nila. Yeah, it's true. The rules are changing all the time. Nag-tourist visa lang din ako una dito. Yeah, true. Maraming din naggaganon lang tourist visa na pumunta dito, tapos then they get married here, or they work here, or study here, apply here. Ako po, first time ako nagpunta dito, tourist lang po. That's great. Finland Diary, ano akang year dumating? Mm-mm. Hazel King, yes po. Actually, dumating ako I arrived here in Finland in 1988. And I think we're only about 50 Filipinos here all over. We're really, really little. And there was still no black people living here that time in Finland. And I was the refugees that time was Vietnamese, and people always thought that I'm Vietnamese because Asian are Vietnamese, and I look very Asian, so they always think I'm also Vietnamese. Ang reason ng 2015 daw dumating si Finland Diary sa Finland. Noemi Maukonen, ang reason single pa daw at maliit lang ang sahod sa Pinas. Ah, okay. Oo. Yeah, they always, if you come for tourist visa, if you apply for tourist, they always check your status in Philippines if you're working, permanent job, and the reason for tourists is for holiday. So it's like you cannot really come here to look for a job. That's the main thing. So they always check on that. But you said you are already engaged. So, but nowadays I think also they check the communication, like love letters. They are much stricter actually. Also now they are checking that how much you have communicated. Ang reason Ninja Maukonen, mas easy na lang pala ngayon mag-tourist. Yes, as long as you have invitation or either you have enough money to support during that your holiday. So if you're like you come, they always count that if you have money, like can you support yourself in one day, for example, hotel accommodation is normally between 50 or 40 to above. So they always count that, like for daily allowance is like about 50 euro. And if you want to come here as tourist for a week, so they will count that you can afford that stay. But if you have somebody to invite you and put in the invitation letter that they will provide your accommodation and food while you are staying with them, then that's easier. Hazel King, yes, they will ask for your bank statement. That's very true. Kami dati may ang dami prove ng communication bilang mag-fiancé pero na-deny nila. Kaya yon pumunta sa Pinas. Oh, really? I've never heard that before. Probably, yeah, sometimes they're strict. It depends probably of the staff. Sometimes friendlier staff and not so friendly staff. Let's talk about do you know that Kami dati, Maukonen Noemi says that kami dati may daming proof. So I have read that, sorry. So here, let's talk more about, if you know more about do you know that if you have worked over about 20 years in the same place, you can actually take a vacation. They call it in Finnish vuorotelobapa. In English, it means job alternation. So you can actually take a leave for between 100 days to 180 days. So that's more or less like 6 months. 100 days to a bit more than 3 months to 6 months. You can take a leave from work if you have worked in one company for 20 years. And you can get paid for that about 70% of your normal salary. You can apply that with your employer and the TA, labor office. Do you have any more questions? Any topic you'd like to discuss? I really thank you. I really appreciate your visit, guys. Thank you very, very much. Hey, guys, would you like to discuss about, okay, did you get maternity leave support from Kela and from your work? Hazel King? And also, actually, the father can also have, actually, it's also to have paternal leave, or you can agree with that also, together as husband and wife. And plus child support included. Oo. I remember before, it's normally like a mother could take 3 years off from work, but most workers can leave. Mothers leave can leave. Mother can leave 1 year at work, and then after that, if the mother wants to continue doing childcare until 3 years old, then the Kela will pay for you. That's great. That's really great. That's the best here in Finland. All the benefits that could help us through the hard times, unlike our country. Okay, that's great. If it's the same until now. And also the paibakoti is free. The what's this? The health care for children under 18 is free. Dental care also. Health care is free for kids under 18. Children under 18. And also constant visit to the doctor is free for children. For adults, if we go to public health, actually for adults, and I think before it used to be, I don't know now, I'm not updated, but it used to be that the first, if for example, year 2000, 2021, the first 3 times you go to the public health center, you need to pay. After that, after visits after that is free. And also with Kela, we can also, with Kela card, we can go to the drugstores to get discount from some medicines that is prescribed from doctors. Yes, it is. Hazel King said it's still the same until now, and Interve Asema it's free. If you go to the nurse Interve Asema, the public health center, it's actually free, and you at least it's free. And then if you want to go for the doctor, I think it pays about 20 euro. And if you want also, for example, you want a specialist doctor, so you have to ask the doctor in the public health center that, hey, I need my illness is getting worse, and then they will recommend you to the specialist after you have tried some medicines that the doctor give you, and then that medicine doesn't work, so you can actually go, they will refer you to the specialist. Exactly. That's what's great, actually. One time when I had an accident, it was really, I went to what's this scan um, that is very, very expensive in Philippines. Ultrasound, and what else was the other scan? I forgot. That the whole body scan to check if if I have broken bones. I went to that, and I paid so little for just to get those. When I have car accident, it's like almost free. I paid the whole hospitalization and plus those checkups on those expensive machines, new equipments. I paid only for the whole is like 30 euro. In Philippines, it might be really, really crazy, that price. Yes. So I always say that we are so lucky to be here, even though we cannot speak the language so well fluently. It's so difficult to learn the language so fluently, but we are really, really safe. Exactly. Yes. And what's the difference? Kind of funny with our culture in Philippines and here. In Philippines, when you give birth in Philippines, it's like they will what's this? They will let you stay for hospital several days, and look after you, give you all kinds of bills. But here in Finland, if you have a normal birth, if you give birth normally, then you can stay only for one night, and then you can leave the next morning and just get well at home. Unless if you have complication like cesarean. And also, I remember also that here in Finland, you can actually choose how you want to give birth. If you want to give birth like in the water tub, like, and and or the normal birth, giving birth, like just lying down and ano yung utong. Yeah, you like lying down or in the bathtub. That's the two ways that mothers have a choice to give birth. Yes, it's really, really clean because they do use disinfectants, and when you get injections, you always get a new injection. They don't use the same injection to other people. The same needle, I mean. It's really, really clean and sterilized. We can talk also about the library. Have you used the library? There's a lot of, if you go to the library, you can get a free card, membership card. And for example, if you live in Helsinki, you can use that same library card to anywhere, any libraries in Finland, any, yeah, public libraries in Finland. And you can borrow like books for 1 week. Oh no, for 1 month. There are CDs, videos, and so on. And if you have been to that new library in the center, they have also 3D printer that you can use. And what else there? They have really interesting stuff there. And there's also very fast internet that you can use in the library. And also children's audio, like books and books and what's this? Yes, computers. So it's really good to go to the library. And also, if you like to read, they have also latest newspapers and magazines that you can read there. It's really child friendly also. The library is very child friendly. And I think also some of the libraries, they have also study rooms. Yes, and meeting rooms. Exactly. So you can take advantage of the library, free library. And so if you are studying something, if there's also a book, if you cannot find a book in the library, for example, you can ask the librarian if they can order that book for you so you can borrow it. And also, if you go, they have in some libraries, especially Helsinki Vanta Espoo, they also have free courses that you can join. That very interesting small courses that you can join, like how to use computer, maybe sewing, whatever they have, just check on it. And I think the most of what Finland has to offer also offers also in Sweden, Norway, and Denmark. They have similarities of their ways of living. Hazel King, we went there last week, but only the first floor is open. Yes, so you mean the library? Oh, probably yes. Probably it's COVID, but it's amazing services there. Um, if you return the books, for example, or the ones you borrow, you don't have to you can just return it by yourselves. You don't need a clerk to give it. You don't have to queue for the clerk to give it back. There's so much trust and honesty here in Finland. It's so amazing. And if you go to the shop, it's so like if you go to other countries and if you buy fruits in other shop, nobody like trust you. But here in Finland, like you know, you can just weight the fruits yourself and get the um, price tag and put it yourself. Yes, and they have the machine for that. It's like self-service, but it's really good. Sometimes I actually feel that when going to Philippines, I feel like everyone is watching what I'm gonna touch or what I'm gonna steal. Not just in Philippines, but like in Italy or Spain, or it feels like they're watching you what you're doing when you go to the shops. Mm. How long have you lived here in Finland, Azel and King? I mean, how many years? Yes, very honest. That's quite a long time already. 10 years. So that's about 2021. So 1991? Ah, 2018, not long. But still long. 4 years. Can you speak Finnish already? By the way, yes. Bahan and little. By the way, there's a lot of support here for the kids when if you want later on your child will go for a hobby. There's a lot of free hobbies that your children can attend. There's a website for that. All kinds of from dancing, ballet, from all kinds. By the way, let's talk about Finnish citizenship. Are you Finnish citizenship yet? The website for that, I forgot the website, but I'm gonna check on that. I will check on that. I'll remember. I'll send you a message. Are you Finnish citizenship yet? I think having Finnish citizenship is really good because all because because for example, if you're so if you're going to take a Finnish citizenship, um, it will help you a lot when you're getting old. Yes, I am already for about 20 years, a little bit more than 20 years. And it's really good to be Finnish citizen in a way that when you retired, you have work here, 10 years, 4 years. So so when you retire, you have your pension. You are So if you want to live, for example, in Philippines, you can claim your pension. Otherwise, if you go home and then you go back to Philippines and maybe you cannot claim your pension. So it's best to really like take Finnish citizenship here and then you can live anywhere. That's what many Finnish people do. And also about getting a dual citizenship, if you're just inheriting properties, you don't need Finnish citizenship. If you want to buy a property in Philippines, like about 1,000 square meters for a house, you can still do that just because you're a former Filipino citizenship. So so you don't really need to become a Filipino citizenship unless you want to own a business in Philippines. Probably then becoming Philippine citizenship is really good. But otherwise, if you think about the pension you have here in Finland and you want to live in Philippines, it's best to have also Finnish citizenship. But there are also disadvantage of being dual citizenship. So if you live, for example, if you are in Finland, you're supported in Finnish government. But if you are in Philippines, the Finnish government will not, because you're Philippine citizenship, the Finnish government will not help you in case of anything will happen to you there because you're in the country of the other Finnish, the other citizenship that you have. So that's what I heard about. Jean also actually told me about that clarified me that about that. But I heard that about before. I'm not dual at all. I'm only Finnish citizenship. And we have property in Philippines, but it's not big. So I if you inherit a property in Philippines, so it's actually what's this? It's okay to inherit property from your parents, or inheritance is okay. Even your children can inherit also from yours, and then your children can inherit. And also, if you become Finnish citizenship, when you go to Philippines, you are entitled for the Balikbayan Program. That means when you are in Philippine airport showing in immigration, just show your, for example, birth certificate or old Philippine passport that you are former Filipino citizen. And then they will stamp your Finnish passport, a Balikbayan 1-year visa. And if you travel, and I mean, those people who have Finnish husband or Finnish wife, they have to travel together to the Philippines to that they can also avail that same Balikbayan program of 1-year visa. Hello, Betyang. Thank you for visiting. I'm glad you came. Do you have any questions for our topic? So in case of unemployment, would you like to talk about unemployment? So in case of unemployment and you're already permanent resident, you are already permanent resident and you can sorry. About permanent resident, I forgot what was I about to say. kay nagdig-up man ko. Yeah, so if you're permanent resident in Finland and you don't have work, you can go to the unemployment office and apply for looking for work. And then they will gonna forward you to Kela and then you get unemployment money. And also if for example if you are married, for example, to someone and your husband is earning enough, you can always also study using the TE unemployment office. You can study. They have a lot of study program there. You can be an electrician. You can study Finnish. You can study whatever amati like lahi hoitaya. That's a nursing aid. You can study all kinds from unemployment study program, and they will give you allowance to study that. But it's important that also that you don't do any absences when you're studying for the labor office studies. Hello, Noemi. Welcome back. Betyang, anong mga questions mo about Finland or concerns mo sa Finland that you want to know? And Noemi, do you have any questions about Finland? How long have you lived in Finland? We can probably talk about trade union. For about 4 minutes. And we can end this live. Trade union, it's really important that you belong in a trade union. Many Finnish people do belong in trade union because they're in the side of the employees. So if you have abusive employers or you're not paid well with your overtime or your, so it's the union will protect you. So it's really, really important to belong in the union. For example, if you're working as a nurse, they have own trade union. I just don't know the name, but in for restaurants and cleaners, and I think they have PAM. And but me, I belong to the General Trade Union, which is YTK. The difference between trade union and the General Labor Union, which is the YTK, the um, is just overall. The YTK is just an overall what's this support when you get unemployed. They will You will get better unemployment money than what you get from labor office, the TE Keskus. But in trade union, they have lawyers there or that can support you in trade union. That's the difference. So there was a case before that there was a cook in one restaurant, and he have worked there like 15 years, and he have worked overtime Monday to Sunday. He works for a restaurant, and he never get paid, and this union help him to collect all the money that employer have not paid him for many years. I think that was several thousands. It was a big case. So it's really important that you belong in the union. Also, that in case you are laid off from work, so the union can help you defend your side as an employee. I would like to thank you guys so much for visiting my channel and my live live screen. I was earlier very like I have butterflies in my stomach and I couldn't like breathe. I'm so excited and I'm so nervous at the same time. And I really thank you for visiting. If you want to have more, to listen more, to tomorrow again we have 7 p.m. If you have any more questions, for if you want to know other things about survival in Finland, we can do so. Other questions, if anyone have abusive partner or abusive employer, we can talk about it and how we can, where to ask help and like this. So thank you really, and God bless you all. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do, to Life with Joy. And I will also visit your channels. Thank you for visiting. God bless everyone. Thank you, Azel and King. Thank you, Bet Yang. Thank you, Finland Diary. Thank you, Bian TV. Thank you, Ninja. Thank you, Olerang Ina. Thank you, Rowena Kimno. Thank you, Cebuana sa Finland. May God bless you more. Bye.